My name is Melanie Sheridan. My student ID number is 4750497753. And this is me. Okay. I have with me today Shane Sheridan. He'll be acting as the purpose of the operations manager. Shane, this recording will be used for the purpose of my education and training only and will be used, viewed and stored per TAFE Queensland's privacy policy, available on the TQ website and only accessed by TAFE Queensland staff. Do you provide your consent to be recorded in this activity and for TAFE Queensland to use this recording for education and training purposes?
Yes, I do.
Thank you, Shane. I also have Michaela Johnston, who'll be acting on the behalf of my finance officer. This recording will be used for the purpose of my education and training only and will be used, viewed and stored per TAFE Queensland's privacy policy, available on the TQ website and only accessed by TAFE Queensland staff. Do you provide your consent to be recorded in this activity and for TAFE Queensland to use recording for education and training purposes?
Yes, I do.
Thank you, Michaela. Okay, well, I will start this meeting. Thank you today, Shane and Michaela, for making the time to meet with me to go over Simcoe's budget. Firstly, I'd like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land of which we meet today and pay my respects to elders past, present and future leaders of the Indigenous colleagues here present today as well. Okay, so basically what I will do is I will share my screen with you both to go over the budget. So just bear with me, I will do a share screen. Okay. Can you both see the screen?
Yes, we can.
Yep. Michaela?
Yep.
Oh, awesome. No worries at all. Okay, so this budget is for the this financial year and forecasting into 2025. So I will move on to the next slide. If I can get it to go, is another thing. Okay, come on, there we go. So this is the budget presentation. So I've just opened the meeting up. I will go over our predicted revenue for sales as well as expenditure. Please feel free to let me know if you have any issues or concerns as I'm traveling along. Where else are we? As per Shane suggested, increase of 15% instead of 10% for the sales revenue, I've actually made the modifications to the budget, so it's now in line with that as well. And I believe that with our team's hard work and dedication that the 15% is definitely quite doable. Okay, so this is our operating budget. Okay, let me have a look. Okay, with the 15% increase from last year's financial year, I believe with the Adelaide outlet now coming online that it is quite doable. As I said once before, with our hard work and dedication from all of our team, that I don't foresee any issues with that. The increase is in line also with our strategic objectives as well as our operational plans. So it's a good way to start it off. The budget has also got an increase to the logistics team, as we'll be employing another officer to help cater for the increased logistical problems that may arise with the new outlet becoming operational. So that's another additional $12,000 per year for the wages. We are also moving into embracing the sustainability and decreasing the overall costs of utilities by 5% for the upcoming year. I believe this is quite easily done because we'll be placing energy efficient appliances and store-wide fittings like lighting and stuff like that. So that'll be like a good decrease there happening across the year. We also, please note the increasing more into research, development and information technology expansion. So we've got an expansion of 10,000 and 5,000 respectively. So we'll be looking to take 5,000 from previous budget to move forward with that one as well. We also have a contingency fund, which is now been implemented with this new financial year. We've got a $20,000 buffer. Now, that will come into effect if we lose 60% of, if we have a decrease of 60% in total sales revenue, that's when that contingency fund's going to come in play. We have two of our highest risks, which would be market saturation and competition, and economic downturn and consumer spending. Now, both of these events would actually have an extremely high impact on our budget, but in saying that, with the current trends analysis, it's deemed unlikely, especially with the new outlet becoming operational in Adelaide. We have a really good foothold in that particular industry and in where the actual facility is located. So I definitely don't think that's going to be an issue, but the 20,000's there as a buffer anyway. We have a decrease of where am I set? Sorry. With the contingency plan, as I said, once we reach that 70% buffer, if we got a decrease, then I'll be monitoring that through KPIs monthly. So if something does actually unfold, we can act on that very quickly and get our plan in place. Now, that plan's actually going to have a lot of strategies with invoice management, looking at discounts and incentives like supplier negotiation and inventory control. We could also possibly look at maybe using some of that contingency fund to increase a bit of, what is the word I'm looking for? Increase like our marketing. So maybe get a bigger footprint into our area, not just with Adelaide, but possibly some of the other outlets could utilize that as well. So I can't foresee any differences for our taxes and licensing. Maintenance and repairs should remain very much the same. Insurances have decreased in the last year, but in saying that, we're still staying with the allocated amount, just to ensure that we do have enough to actually cover all of our required licenses. And pretty much that's it as far as the update on the new operating budget. So yeah, I'd like to ask Michaela if she can foresee any issues or if there's anything that we possibly may have overlooked. You're on mute, Michaela. Michaela, you're still on mute.
Yep. Sorry about that.
It's all good.
So just no, I think we're fine. Look, our budgeting workshops that went into the planning for this budget were fairly robust, so I'm fairly comfortable. But in terms of sharing what these changes look like to a greater extent, did you want to meet with the rest of our finance team to do that, Mel, or would you like me to do that for you?
No, that's quite okay. You're welcome to go ahead and meet with them, and if anything arises from that, contact me directly, and I'm more than happy then to come and meet with your team as well. Yep. Yeah.
But yeah, no, like I said, you've done a really good job, fairly robust, all the planning that went into this. And I suppose the only thing I would want to know is if, there's any queries or concerns that come from that board level. Yes. But obviously leave that to you. If I don't hear anything, then no news is good news.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you've done a very good job here, Mel. I'm very, very happy with the way that you've presented this. And speaking with you prior to this and getting this sorted, really happy with it, the way it's come apart. Michael, I just got a quick question for you, mate. Look, with the finance side of things, my only concern here would be the logistics team side of it. Now, Mel, were you thinking of employing someone on a full-time basis for that role, or just on a part-time basis?
This would be for 12,000. That's an additional logistics team member.
Yep.
We've already got a logistics team. It's just with the
Yep,
Adelaide branch now coming operational, just to help with the
Yep.
workload. So then,
Yep.
like, we got to keep in mind, we don't want our staff to be inundated as well. We want to keep
No,
a smooth ship happening. Yep.
That was my concern with the logistics side of it, that they can keep up to date with it and actually have enough there to be in control of it, because, you know, obviously the logistics side of it is very important, because we can't have anything sort of missing or underlaid. We don't want to have a problem later on where we don't have enough finance for that. So at the moment, I think we're flying along. I think the Adelaide branch is going to be superb. I think the budget is fantastic. I think we're going to go along really well this year. And with Michaela and the finance team, I think once they get together and they can bang their heads together and do what they do on the finance side of things, I think it'll be fantastic. We've done a great job. Thank you.
Thank you, Shane. I appreciate that feedback and vote of confidence. I'll just move on to my next slide. So basically the feedback that I was looking about was, or basically based on the 15% increase. As I said, originally we were looking at only 10%, but I do definitely think that with all of us working so collaboratively together, that we can definitely make that 15% increase. The expenses, as I said, once again, they are staying pretty much in line with previous years with the expenses. I am aware, though, that the wages weren't actually increased by the 2% per calendar year as per for living expenses and stuff like that. But I will be looking more into that as this budget unfolds. So also the other thing I just wanted feedback on was the contingency fund. Do you believe that the 20%, the $20,000 buffer is enough for if we do have those two major things unfold, our high risk, as I said, the market saturation and the competition and the economic downturn, because like we all know what happened with COVID, how there was a huge economic downturn because people just weren't spending because they weren't shopping. So in theory, though, now we have got a lot of online marketing, so therefore we shouldn't particularly have that issue. But yes, so I'm just wanting your feedback on the contingency fund, Michaela, if you believe that that's efficient.
Yeah, like I said, a lot of planning has already gone into this, and I think at this point in time, I'm happy with it. Perhaps this is another issue we can revisit in the next financial year for that budget planning, looking backwards to see how that unfolded. But I think at this point in time, it's sufficient.
Yep, no worries. Yeah, because like I was looking at between like the 20,000 to possibly even 30,000, like if the issues actually did arise. But as I said, like looking at the economic world at the moment and the way we're actually traveling, I can't foresee there being a reason like for such a major impact. I'll just stop sharing my screen here. Too easy. Okay, have I stopped sharing on your end?
No, I can still see you.
Oh no, I meant the presentation.
Yes.
Oh, no worries.
Yes.
Yeah, so basically,
Yeah, presentation's finished.
Perfect. Thank you very much for that. So where was I? I was just thinking though, with all this happening, bear with me. I'm just going to open up another screen here. Okay. So basically, the only other thing I could possibly look at would be doing a bit of negotiations, possibly with our people that we're buying our stock from, just maybe to get some more income back from for our end, but basically that's the only other thing that I can foresee. And let me have a look. So we also, I wanted to say thank you both very much for your time today. I know it's been a very busy week. And so basically our next steps are going to be, I'll be implementing this closely with you, Michaela, with the finance team, making sure the budget goes off unhitched. And I just want to go over once again the importance of the collaboration and alignment with our budget, like with our operating plans and with like our strategic goals. Like I think this is a perfectly aligned budget with that. So once we get this up and running, I'll be, as I said, once again, monitoring it monthly to ensure that we are meeting our KPIs. And if anything does unfold, obviously we'll meet again and look at implementing that contingency plan if that actually happens to go that way. So hopefully it won't. And it is a very robust budget. It's had a lot of planning involved, so it should go off with no worries.
Fantastic.
So, yeah. Was there any other feedback from either you, Shane, or Michaela?
I think the worst case scenario, the $20,000 buffer that we're engaged with, what we could do is, like, I mean, worst case scenario, I could take a pay rise, pay deduction,
A pay rise. I think we'd all like a pay rise.
Yeah, no, or we could review Michaela's contract for the next year, maybe $10,000 less. You know, who knows? She loves the job.
So.
Only joking. Finance people we have here in our company are fantastic, and we really appreciate your time. Yes,
our finance team is excellent. Thank you so much, Michaela, for all your hard work with that.
This means no Christmas bonus for you all.
No.
I need a pay rise.
Okay. Michaela, did you have any further comments on the budget? And you're muted, by the way. No further comments.
No further input from me. Thanks, Mel.
No worries. Well, thank you very much
Michaela.
for your time today.
Catching up with you again.
And I will look forward to.
Sorry, what was that, Melanie?
Sorry, I was going to say thank you again for your time. In a month's time, once we get the budget unrolled and start operating, I'll meet again with Michaela, and any feedback, I'll feed back up to you, Shane, if there's any issues or concerns. But thank you very much for your time today.
Fantastic. Great catching up with you guys.
Good afternoon.
And definitely see you at the next meeting.
Okay, no worries. Thank you very much, everybody.
Okay, see ya.
Thank you. Bye.